A very happy morning to all my students. Students, I hope that you all are fit and fine. Students, in this video we are going to start with a new chapter, that is rain, thunder and lightning. Okay students, now in this chapter you will learn about states of matter and the various processes related to change of state like evaporation, condensation, boiling, all these. Then we will also learn about water cycle, and at the end of the chapter we will have intro of thunder and lightning, that how these are caused. Okay students, so these are the topics that we are going to do. Fine. So students, first of all, if we talk about water, we all used to say that water is all there on the earth, and earth covers about 71% of water. Okay, on earth 71% of water is there. Then why do we used to say that conserve water if land is in so much less proportion and water is present in so much high proportion, then we need not to conserve water. But we always used to say conserve water, otherwise there will be water scarcity. Why so? So let us have a look that why it is so. So students, out of that 70% water available on the earth's surface, 97% water is present in seas and oceans, and which contain salts and minerals. And because of the high proportion of salts and minerals, we cannot use this 97% of water. This sea water can be used to crystallize out salt from it, to make salt from it, but we can't use it for our daily household things, for washing or for drinking or for means we can't use it in our daily life. Okay, then what about the other 3% of the water? Out of that, 2% of water is present in the frozen state, in the glaciers and in the icebergs. Okay, so out of the 70% water which was there on the earth, 97% is present in the seas and oceans, and 2% is present as a fresh water which can be used, but it is in frozen form. Okay, so can we use it? No, we can't use it, right? So next, and then yes, the 1% water which is left, and even less than that, is present in rivers, lakes, springs and ponds, from where we just utilize it. Okay, from where we use it from our daily life. Okay, this fresh water, this can be used by us. So we are having only 1% or even less than water available on the earth to use. So now just think over it. Isn't there any need to conserve water? Yes, there is. Okay, because whole water which is present on the earth, we can't utilize that. So students, water is present on the earth in 3 states: solid, liquid and gas. Actually, these are the 3 states of matter, and water exists in all these 3 states. This is ice, where there are the water molecules very closed packed to each other. Okay, in ice the water molecules are very closely packed, which leads to the formation of ice. Then in liquid, as every liquid has, that the particles are somewhat away from each other. And then in the gas, the particles are very much away from each other, so they can move in random manner anywhere around. Okay students, now let us do further, that is the next concept, that is interconversion of states. Interconversion means change, that change of one state to other, like solid to liquid or liquid to solid, liquid to gas, all these are known as interconversions. So the first that we are going to do is melting. Now what is melting? Whenever a solid changes to a liquid, we say that melting is happening. Okay, sorry students, melting point of ice is 0 degrees C. Now what does it mean? That when you take ice at 0 degrees C, it starts converting into liquid. Then ice exists at which temperature? Ice exists as minus 0.5 degrees. and when you start increasing the temperature, you start heating it, it gets converted to liquid. So at 0 degree C, both solid and liquid states exist, and then it depends that whether you are increasing the temperature or you are decreasing the temperature. If you will increase the temperature, the solid ice will get converted to water, liquid water, and if you decrease, then pure ice will be formed. Okay students, so this is the melting, and melting point of ice is 0 degrees. Now the next phenomena is freezing, that is reverse of melting. Now see, this also occurs at 0 degrees C, as I told you that the freezing point is also 0 degrees C, melting point is also 0 degrees C, and freezing point is also 0 degrees C, because it depends whether you are increasing temperature after 0 or decreasing it. Fine. So if you decrease the temperature below 0, then the water will get frozen and it will form ice, which is the solid form of water. Okay students, I hope this thing is very much clear to you now. Now the next and the third concept is vaporization. Now vaporization is the process when a liquid changes into gas. Now there are two processes which are involved in vaporization. One is evaporation and the other is boiling. Students, we often get confused with evaporation and boiling, but there exists a fair difference between the two. Evaporation is simply changing of a liquid into a gas which may occur at all the temperatures. Okay, it can occur at any temperature, even at 10 degrees, 11 degrees, 15 degrees, 20, 30, at any temperature. But boiling is a specific phenomena which is related to every particular liquid, and it is like fixed. Like the boiling point of water is 100 degrees C, but water may evaporate at 20 degrees C also. Okay, so there is a difference between evaporation and boiling. In evaporation, only the surface liquid gets evaporated. Only the surface liquid gets evaporated. But if you talk about boiling, then boiling starts from the interior. ओके, बॉइलिंग जो है वो अंदर से स्टार्ट होती है और पूरा का पूरा लिक्विड बॉयल करता है, बट इवापोरेशन जो है वो सिर्फ एक सरफेस से होती है, एक अपर सरफेस. So it means yes, there exists the difference between the evaporation and the boiling, but both the processes relates with vaporization, that is the change of a liquid into a gas. Okay students, next. The next is sublimation. Now what is sublimation? Sublimation is the process when a solid gets directly converted into gas without passing into the liquid state. Okay, randomly what happens, that ice that converts to liquid water then converts to gas, but there are some solids which directly gets converted from a solid into a gas and doesn't moves into the liquid state. For example, the naphthalene balls or the ordinal that you keep at your washrooms. So all those, these are the fair examples of sublimation. Okay students, so that's all for the today's lecture. Rest we will do in the next video. Thank you. Have a nice day.